Dubai is on track to reach 20 million visitors by the year 2020. Earlier, I spoke to Edwin Fuller, the retired former president of Marriott Hotels International, a position he held for over 2 decades, about the hospitality sector. And first of all, I was asking him about what he thought about the industry and adapting to change, and was it doing so fast enough?
They have to. They have no choice, especially to new technology, and you're seeing that in many different areas. In fact, if you come by Orange County, California, we have being tested right now several robotic room service waiters, and you'll see other robotic and automations being installed primarily in accounting and finance, back of the house areas, and that's been going on for the last 10-15 years in an evolutionary step.
The hospitality sector is one of the key drivers of the UAE economy and also the jobs market. What responsibility do you think goes along with that?
We've always had that, at least my time with Marriott, which was extensive. We focused on the associate, and that meant that there were many aspects of that. What's unique in Dubai, of course, is the amount of contract labor versus indigenous labor. And that responsibility still maintains the same issues: training, housing, making sure that your employee or your associate, who we used to call them, are dedicated and focused on the customer needs. And by doing that, what we used to do is focus on the associate. And if we were taking care of the associate would take care of the customer. That's an old principle, still works.
Now, you are a veteran of the hospitality sector. Are you happy with the way that it's evolving at the moment?
It's a tough question, because I grew up in the management era, and we're seeing franchising in other parts of the world more so than here. The United States, you're talking about 75 to 80% of the properties are franchised. And that's a different business model altogether, and it requires the brand companies to really put a great deal of emphasis on quality control, because they're no longer managing themselves. That's happened in Europe and is slowly happening in Asia, and will probably slowly happen in the Middle East and Africa. But it is the business model that is going forward in most parts of the world today.
Now, what brings you to Dubai this time, and what are your expectations for this visit?
I'm here from Orange County, California, representing Orange County, California, and California as a whole. And we are very excited. We've just completed a great summer. We had lots of visitors from the Middle East. We haven't got the final numbers, but we feel like we're returning to 2016 numbers. It's interesting, Orange County itself, Middle East, were number 4 in overseas visitors as a whole, and that's the 5 countries that we represent ourselves in. And it was last year turned down to number 6, and I expect we'll be back up to number 4 this year or immediately next year.